First of all, you have to behold the polar bear.
Yes.
But second of all, you guys are about to be delighted with a 3-minute conversation about grilled cheese sandwiches. So,
Well, I might change that up. But look at this thing. You know, depending on your perspective, you could think this is a beautiful piece of art, or you could think it's a piece of junk. And it's got a big indentation in the back here, so I don't know. Anyway, we all look at things differently, and that was created by one of my children some time ago. And some of us evaluate, and we put these kind of value judgments on things, you know, that,
Right.
oh, we're going to rate this on a 1 to 10 scale as a 10 because I think it's a 10 and you think it's a 2, okay? But that happens with motives too.
right.
It really does that. We look at other people and we say, well, you know, what are they doing that way for?
And so the hack, this evaluation of other people's motives, is the beholder hack.
Yeah, well, it's evaluation of yourself motives as well as other people. And we get into 3 categories here. We have people that believe there's only one way to do things. This is the best way to make a ceramic polar bear. There are other people that will say, you know what, this is one version of a ceramic polar bear, but other versions are equally as nice or equally as valuable. And then you have the third version where somebody says, there is a best way to make a ceramic polar bear. So what does this have to do with motivation? Because people think about the behaviors that they exhibit in those same ways. And there's one way of doing things, or there are multiple ways, or there's a best way. So if you can figure that out in somebody else, you know how to deal more effectively with that person.
Okay, so to apply the hack, can you give me an actual example?
Well, everybody has a crappy boss at one time in their life, right? Now, my story, you read about Trellis in the book, okay? Trellis was an egomaniac, and you either had to do things his way or he would go ballistic on you, all right? So you read about the incident, he told me to move people around the office, and I didn't do it in his time frame, and he just had a real hissy fit and started throwing all his stuff around his office and yelling at me. Now, if I knew the beholder hack before I took action with Trellis, I would have known that I couldn't leave it up to my discretion how to make the move he wanted. I had to do it exactly the way that he said. Because there was he would not think there was a better way. So he wasn't one of these guys, well, there can be a best polar bear. He only cared about his polar bear, and even though my polar bear or my beliefs about what to do in the situation, it was open for discussion, he wasn't that kind of guy. So the choice is recognize your own behavior. If you're a one-type polar bear guy, or a best polar bear guy, or all polar bears are equal guy, and use that to your advantage when you're thinking about your own goals, as well as evaluating the motivations and behaviors of other people.
Okay, great. Well, apparently this time around it was polar bears and not grilled cheese sandwiches.
Well, we can do the grilled cheese version.
That's
if you
okay.
want.
I think we're good.